Hello my friend, how are you doing? Welcome to your private lesson for Endless Love. This is your full transcription of this beautiful arrangement of this cool anime theme, and we're gonna break it down and I'm gonna show you exactly how to play it. Now, I divided this into 7 different parts, okay, just to make it easy for you to learn. So I suggest that when you practice this, you practice each part, okay? And after you memorize one part, you move on to the next, right? So you have the original video, you know how it sounds, you know how it plays it, and my job is to break it down for you and teach you how to play it. So the good news is that this is mainly composed of normal chords, nothing really complicated. You have E minor, you have C, you have D, you have G, you have B minor, right? And that's basically the chords for this arrangement and this composition: E minor, B minor, C, G, and D. Okay, so it's nothing complicated. Now you start with 3 on the E string along with the 6th string, right? And then you play strings 2 and 3. Okay, this is E minor, but you don't have to put the chord on. You can just put this finger. Okay, then you do 2-0 on the E string. Okay, and then you put on B minor, right? B minor, and you play strings 1 and 5. And then you play strings 2 and 3. Okay, so it's this. Okay, so together you have E minor and B minor, right? Then you have C. Now, here you just have the chord and you play strings 1 and 5, and then you play strings 2, 3, and 4. Right? The note and the chord. Right? So, right? Strings 1 and 5, and then 2, 3, and 4. Then you have 3, 1 on the 2nd string. Then you have the open 2nd string with the open 4th. Okay, this is a D bass, so it's kind of like a D chord there, right, for a moment. Then you have this. It's 0, 1, 0, hammer on, pull off on the 2nd string, and then 2 on the 3rd. Now, he doesn't play the bass again, but I think you should play the D string, the 4th string, with 2 on the 3rd. Okay, because that sounds like a D chord. And then you have this. Okay? You can play the bass again at the end along with 2 on the 3rd string. Okay? I think it's a good sound, but he doesn't play it. Okay? And then you have the 6th string again with 3 again on the E string, and then you do 5. Okay? So then you have 7 with strings 2 and 3. Right? So it's right? Then you have 3 again, and then you have B minor again, and you do the B minor just like you did the 2nd time. Strings 1 and 5, and then 2 and 3. Okay, so you have E minor and B minor. Right? Then you have C again, exactly the same. Okay? Strings 1 and 5, and then 2, 3, and 4, and then you have D. You just strum it. And then you do this. Sorry? Right? It's 2 pull off to 0 on the E string, 3 on the B string, open E string. Right? And then slide to 8 on the 2nd. So, and then you have another D chord. This is a D chord. And you have 10, 7, 7, and 0 on strings 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay? 10, 7, 7, 0. And again, you're strumming. And this is part 1. Okay? This is the first part. So, E minor, B minor, C, D. Okay? I play it again. And then E minor, B minor again. C again. And D. Okay, you strum it, and then you have another D chord. Now, part 2 starts with E minor again, but this time with the open E string, and then with 7 on the E string. So it's, okay, it's strings 1 and 6, and then 2 and 3, and then the 7 on the E string, and then 2 and 3 again. Okay, so, and then B minor. So you play strings 1 and 5 again, and then you play the 4th, and then you play 2 and 3, and then the 4th again. Okay, so you have, then you have this. Okay, so it's C, and you play strings 1, 2, 3, and 5. Then 3 on the E string, and then 5 with D. Okay, with the 4th string. Then you have 7, 7. Then you put 3 on the 6th string, okay, for a G chord with 7 on the E string. And you have strings 6, 3, 2, 1, 2. Okay? Then you have 2 on the 6th string. Okay? So it's this. C, D, G. Okay? And then 2 on the 6th string. Then you have strings 1 and 6 again. Then you have, okay, the harmonics on 12 on strings 1, 2, and 3. The harmonics are just above the steel fret. You don't press the string, and you just pick it. Okay, that's why it's in parentheses. And then you have this D chord, another shape of a D chord. This is 10, 10, 11, and the D string. Okay, and this is another D chord, 10, 10, and 11. 11 on the 3rd string and the D string. And you play the whole chord, then you play 12 on the E string, and then the whole chord again, and then the 2nd string. Okay? Chord, 12, no 12, chord again, and then the 2nd string. Then you have this G again with 7 and 3 on strings 1 and 6, and you play strings 1 and 6, 3, 2, 3. And then with the chord again, you play strings 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Right? Just down and up. And then you have C again. You have strings 1 and 5, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? Just the chord. And then you have 12 again. And then you have this D again, and you play the chord, and then the bass, and then the chord. Okay? Just the chord, strings 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then 4 again, and then 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so then you have the 2nd string again on 10, and then you have this. Now pay attention carefully. Okay? You have this chord again, this G again, and you play strings 1, 2, 3, and 6, okay, with 7 on the 1st string. Then you have 8 on the 1st string, and then you have the chord again. Okay, so okay, you have 7, 8, 7. Right? So you take the chord off, push the pinky, and push it back, and put the chord on. Then you have 5 and 2 on strings 1 and 6. Right? 5 and 2. Then you have 3 on the E string again for E minor, and you play the whole chord, strings 1, 2, 3, and 6. Right? And then you have 3, 2, 3. Right? So once again, you're here on D, you play the 2nd string, then you have. Right? Then you have C, you play the strings 1 and 5, and then strings 1, 2, and 3. Then you have 7, and then you have 5 with D. It's 5, 3, 2, and 0 on strings 1 to 4. Okay, so it's. And then you have, right, a normal D chord, and you play the 3rd string, then strings 1 and 2. Okay, so it's. And then E minor. You put the chord, okay, this time 2 and 2, and then you have strings 1 and 6, and then 4, 3, 2, 1. Right? This is part 2. So let's play it again. E minor, B minor, C, D, G. 2 on the bass. E minor, D, G, C, D, G, E minor, C, D, E minor. Okay, now we have part 3. Now part 3, we're gonna play it again later. So you have to remember it because later on you're gonna play, you're gonna return to it, right? So part 3 has a beginning that you don't play later. You play this. Right? So you play strings 1, 2, and 3 and then 2 on the E string. Right? And you don't play this later, you just play this now, okay? And then you have E minor with the bass and 3 on the E string and then 5 and 7 and then you strum strings 2 and 3. So sorry. Right? Now you don't have to strum it, but he strums it. Right? He strums the 7 and then plays strings 2 and 3. And then you have 3 again. And then you have B minor, like in the beginning. Right? Strings 1 and 5 and then 2 and 3. Then you have C chord 1, 2, 3, and 5. And then 3 on the E string. Then you have D, okay, with 5, 5 on the E string. So again, it's 5, 3, and 2, right? And you play strings 1 to 4. And then you have 7, 7 into G, right? You have 7, and then you put the G chord and play the whole chord with 7 again. So it's, and then you have the open E string with 2 on the 6th string. Then you have, again, 2, and then you have E minor with 3, 5, 7 again. Okay, you can strum it. Then you have B minor the same way. Exactly, 3 and then the B minor. Okay, exactly like before. And then you have C with the open E string, then 3, then D again with 5, but just once, okay? And then you have 3, 3 into G, right? You play 3 and then 3 with the bass and then you play strings 4, 3, 2. Right? Then you have 2 again on the bass and you play it with the E string. And then you play the 3rd string, 2 on the E string, and then the 3rd string again. So you have this. Right? Got it? It's C, D, G, and then 2 on the bass. Okay? And you play strings 1, 3, 1, 3 with 0, 2 on the E string. And then you play everything again, this time from the 2nd bar. Remember, I told you don't play the beginning again. You play from E minor to G. So you play this, okay? It was, then you have this. B minor, C, D, and then, right? And you play it slow. The last G chord, you play it slow. Then, part 4, you start with the first 4 bars of the first part, okay? E minor to D, the very beginning of the piece, okay? Okay, you play this again. And then you play this. So you play the 6th string, okay, with strings 1 and 2 together. Okay, you play 3 and 5, 5 and 7, 7 and 8, 3 and 5. Okay, you play the bass at the beginning. right? 3 5 5 7 7 8 3 5 on the second, the first and second strings. Okay, 2 strings together. Then you have B minor again, and you play strings 1 and 5, and then 4, 2 and 3, 4. Right? Then you have a C chord, okay? C, and you play it slowly, freestyle. Just play it free. Okay? You play strings 1 and 5, and then you play strings 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. You don't have to play this. You can play anything you want here. You can play just anything you want, just the C chord. Then he plays D, and he plays strings 1 and 2 with the bass, and then the third string, and then again 1 and 2, 3, 1 and 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? Again, you don't have to. You can play whatever you like. Right? Anything. It's just a freestyle thing. And then you have part 5. Now, part 5 starts with 3 2 3 2 on the E string with the 6th string. So it's right, and then you have 3 on the 5th string for C with 2 pull off to 0 on the E string. So it's, and then you put the C chord on and you play the chord. You play strings 1 2 3 and 4. Okay, so it's okay. Then you have G with 3 on the 2nd string, and then you play 3 on the 2nd string with the 6th string, and then you play strings 4 and 3. And then this. Right? You do what you did on the intro, okay? 0 1 0 on the 2nd string, and then 2, you put D, and you play strings 3 and 4, and then you play strings 2 1 2, okay? Right? And then you have a part which I marked with an asterisk because you play it twice. Okay? It's E minor, C9, and G. It's this. Right? So it's 3 on the E string with the 6th string, and then you play 2 3. Then you play strings 3 2, and then 2 3 again on the E string. Okay, so it's, and then you put on C9, which is C with 3 and 3 on strings 1 and 2. Okay, so it's 3 and 3 on 1 and 2, and 2 and 3 on strings 4 and 5. And you play the 5th string, and then you play strings 2 and 3, and then 1. Okay, then 1 on the 2nd string. And then you have G, 3 on the 6th string with 0 1 3 on the 2nd. And then the 3rd string. Okay, and you play it again later. Then you play D. No, you play the open 2nd string. Then you play D, and you play strings 2 and you play the 3rd and 4th strings. Okay, and then 2 1 2. Okay, so the first time it's this. And then you play the asterisk again, and then you play 7 on the E string, and then 5 with D, with the 4th string. Okay? So you play the second time, it's this. Right? So you have it twice. And then you have this. Right? It's 2 on the 3rd open 2nd. Then you have on that 1st string 5 7 5 hammer on pull off, and then 3 2, and then 3 with the 6th string, and then strings 2 and 3. Then you have this. It's hammer on to 2 on the 3rd, and then you have 3 on the 5th string with the open 2nd. This is C major 7, and you play it, and then you play strings 2 and 3 and 2 again. Okay? And then you have, right? It's hammer on to 1 on the 2nd, and then 3 with the 6th string on 3. Okay? This is G, and then you play 4th and 3rd strings. Okay? then 3 on the E string, and then D, the chord, and then strings 3, 2, 3, right? And then 0, 2, and then you play the whole third part from the second bar. Okay, to G. Okay, you play until G. So you see, you play the third part again without the beginning because you have 0 and 2 at the end of the fifth part. Right? So, so I will play part 5 again. And then you have the asterisk. Then again. And then. And then. Part 3 again, okay? Part 3 until G. You play everything to G. And then you have part 6. Okay? It's just the chords of the piece. You play the 6th string with 0, 0 on the 3rd string, and then 1 and 2. And then B minor, you just play strings 5, 4, 3, 1, 2. Right? So then you play C, the chord, and then you play the 2nd string, and then 3 on the 1st. And then D with 5 on the E string, and then 3, 3, and then G. Right? You play string 6, and then 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2. Okay? Just a G chord. And then part 7, you have the first 3 bars of the first part, of the beginning again. E minor, B minor, and C. Right? Right? C. And then you have 5 on the E string, and then 2 in G, in a D chord. Right? And then you play D chord. Okay? You play strings 4 to 1, but on the first string, you play 0, 2, so it's this. And then strings 2 and 3. Right? Got it? 0 and 2 on the E string. So then you have the 6th string with this. Right? You play the 6th string with 8 on the 2nd string, 7 on the E string, 7 hammer onto 8 on the 2nd, 9 on the 3rd, 7 on the 2nd, 9 slide to 7 on the 3rd, and then slide back 7 to 9, and then 6th string, 9, 8, 0 on strings 3, 2, and 1. Okay? And then you have this. Right? Now I think it's a mistake. He meant to play this, but this is nice. I think he made a mistake, but it sounds good. It's 12 and 12, the harmonics again on strings 2 and 3, and you play it with the open E string. Okay, so you kind of bend the finger, and then you play the harmonics on strings 1, 2, and 3. And then E minor, backward strum, okay, up strum. So part 7. And then this. beautiful piece. What a beautiful composition and arrangement. I enjoyed every second of this. So thank you very much for purchasing this private lesson. Thank you very much for challenging me to do this. And I wish you a lot of fun with this. And I'll see you again soon, hopefully, whether on the channel or another private lesson just between the two of us. It was my pleasure. So thank you again. Thank you for watching. And have fun. Enjoy. Bye for now.